Whenever you are ready, we'll start now.
This year, being home for the holidays, new meaning. Let 1-800-Flowers.com help you stay connected. And
yes, Swamiji, we can start the practice.
Yasya bhavat bhakta janartihantuhu pidrutamanye shvavicharyaturnam stambhe avatarastumananyalabhyam lakshmi nrusimham sharanam prapajye Sriman Venkatanadharya Kavitarkika Kesari Vedantacharya Varyo me Sannidhattam Sada Hrude Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Adharahitacharu Vamshanala Makutalambi Mayura Pinchamala Hari Nila Shila Vibhangalila Pratibha Santu Mama Antima Prayane Om Vasudeva Sudam Devam Sacham Devaki Paramanandam Snam Vande Jagadgurum Atasi Pushpa Sankasham Uparashopitam Ratna Kankana Ke Yuram Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Kutilalaka Samyuktam Purna Chandra Nibhananam Vilasat Kundaradharam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Mandaragantha Samyuktam Charu Hasam Chaturbhujam Varihi Pinchava Chudankam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Utpulla Padmapatraksham Nila Jimuta Sannibham Yadavanam Shiroratnam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Rukmani Keli Samyuktam Pitam Barasu Shopitam Avapta Tulasi Gandham Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Gopikanam Kuchad Vandva Kunkumankita Vakshasam Srivatsa Sriniketam Maheshwasam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Srivatsankam Mahoraskam Manamala Virajitam Shankachakradharam Devam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Krishna Stakapadam Punyam Prataruddhamaya Patet Kota Janmakrutam Papam Smaranena Vinashyati Janma Yasya Yatonvaya Titrataha Chardve Subhijnasvarate Tene Brahma Hrudaya Adikavaye Mukhyanti Yat Surayaha Tejo Varimurdam Yatha Vinimayo Yatra Trivardomsha Dhamna Svena Sada Nirastakakam Satyam Param Dhimahi Sriranganath Shiragopaitin Rashtam Lakshmi Nrsimha Shadet Karuneka Patram Srirangavira Raghurat Shetha Gopa Hrujam Vedanta Desika Indramaham Prabhajye Srimate Srivan Shiragopa Sri Vedanta Desika Indramah Desika Yanamaha Om Asmat Guru Bhyo Namaha Om Asmat Param Guru Bhyo Namaha Om Asmat Param Guru Bhyo Namaha Narayana Mala, you want to have the questions at the end, right?
Sorry, Swamiji.
Okay,
yeah, last 30 minutes.
Very good, Amma. Now, this Srishti is a very, very difficult one. I'm giving some advance notice to all of you. If you are ladies, quite a few of you listening, maybe today's session you may get offended. The aspect of Hiranyaksha Vadha, the aspect of Dhruva Charitra, maybe there will be some comments or maybe the literature says Bhagavatham, which I have no freedom to change but to give as it is, may offend some of you. So don't take it personally. That's how it happens. That's what nature is. So when Bhagavan wanted to have the creation, to do the creation, Srimad Bhagavatam, Maitreya is talking to Vidura. Maitreya, the great Maharshi, was teaching Vidura. There is something which is very, very different. At one point of time, Yudhishthira went to Vidura. Relationship-wise, Yudhishthira, Dharmaraja, his father Pandu. Pandu and Vidura had the same father, different mothers. Pandu, Dhritarashtra, and Vidura had the same father, Vedavyasa. So, it so happened, Vidura's mother happened to be a servant maid. Pandu and Dhritarashtra's mother happened to be the queens, so they could inherit the kingdom. Because the mother is a servant woman, Vidura could not be the king. But still Vidura is a Mahajnani. Dharmaraja, Yudhishthira used to go to Vidura for advice. Even though Vidura is capable of giving all the advice that he learned from Maitreya, the great Maharshi, Vidura was so humble. Vidura told Yudhishthira, look, we have to follow the Varnashrama Dharma. Pandu, you are a Kshatriya. I am there in the Chaturdha Varnam. You have Yajnapavitam, I don't have. I am not qualified to teach you dharmas. You better go to Maitreya and listen from him. See how meticulously they followed the Varnashrama dharmas. When Bhagavan Srimad Narayana, Vedas say, Adha Purusho Havai Narayano Kamaita Praja Suje Yeti. Let there be creation. Just one thought is enough from Bhagavan. The whole creation will start. The first thing to be created was the Mahattattvam. Well, rather very abstract, but I thought it is worth mentioning it. You should know how the entire creation has come. From the Mahat, the concept of I and I-ness came. Ahankara came. The second one that came out in the very beginning of Srishti, Mahat, from Mahat, it is Ahankara. Dvitiyaha tva ahamo yatra dravya jnana kriyadayaho kriyodayaha. So, from Ahankara, the Panchabhutas, Prithivyapas Tejo Vayu Akashat, earth, water, fire, air, and ether, Akasha. The Panchabhutas have come. And from the Panchabhutas, the Pancha Tanmatras have come. Tanmatras, the qualities of the Panchabhutas. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandhas. Shabda, the nature of Akasha is sound, the quality. Rupa, the nature of fire. Shabda, Sparsha, Sparsha, the nature, the quality of air is to feel, the touch. When the wind blows, you can feel it on your skin, Sparsha. The quality of fire is to make things visible, Rupa. The quality of water, the taste, Rasa. And the quality of earth is the smell, Gandha. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandhas. What do you mean? Whether the earth has smell? You should be in a place like India. On a hot day when it rains, literally when the ground is there getting wet, you can literally feel the smell of the earth very clearly. That's why Krishna says, Punyo Gandha Prithivyam cha Tejaschashmi Bhavasav. So the third one to be created are the Panchabhutas and the Pancha Tanmatras. And the Pancha Tanmatras. Prithvi, Apaha, Teja, Vayu, Akasha. From there, the qualities, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandhas in the river order. The fourth one to be created, the fourth one to come out in the order of creation is the Indriyas. The fourth one is the Indriyas. Indriyas, Jnanindriyas. And the fifth one to come out is the Adhisthana Devatas. The Adhisthana Devatas of the Indriyas. The sixth one to come out is Avidya. Avidya. That is Tamishram, Andhatamishram, Tamam, Moham, Mahamoham. These are called Prakrita Sushtis. So, if you look at it, the first six things that came out called Prakrita Sushtis, or Mahat Tattvam, from that Ahankaram, from that Panchatanmatras, then the Indriyas, the Indriya Adhisthana Devatas, and the Avidya. Now comes the Vaikruta, Prakruta Srishti, that one. This is the Vaikruta Srishti. So, the Vaikruta Srishti starts with the trees. The trees means Vanaspatis, Oshadhis, Latas, Tvakparas, Virudhas, Drumas. Am I confusing you? I said you trees. You know in trees how many varieties are there? Vanaspati, Oshadhi, Lata, Tvakpara, Virudha, Druma. Vanaspati. For some trees there are no flowers. Those who directly give the fruits without flowers are called Vanaspati. Now, small question. Have you, most of you know jackfruit? Jackfruit, you know that, right, ma'am? Jackfruit. There is no flower for a jack tree, you know that? The jackfruit comes directly from the stem, from the trunk. No flowers. At least you're familiar with figs. The FIG fig. Fig tree, no flowers. So those things that can give fruits directly without having any flowers are called vanaspatis. Oshadhis. First you should have the flower. Then when the flowers are there, through some pollination, etc., then comes the fruits or seeds, etc. They are called oshadhis. Like many of our vegetables, etc., or the grains, paddy, wheat, etc. They are called oshadhis. Latas, the creepers that need a support for their growth, like the jasmine, malati, so many creepers. Then tvakparas. Tvakparas means where the outside is very hard, but the inside is hollow. Outside is very hard, inside is very hollow, like the bamboo, etc. Tvakparas. Then comes virudhas, the next aspect of the trees, virudhas. Virudha means they are also kind of a latas. Latas are there which will take support and coil around some trees or something. Tvakparas are also some kind of vines, latas, but they don't need a tree. They will just spread on the ground and give very good fruits, like pumpkin, cucumber. Pumpkins, cucumbers, in philosophical circle, they are called tvakparas, sorry, virudhas. Next comes the drumas. They have, and from the flower transforms into a seed, into a fruit, like mangoes, etc. So in the creation, to put it in that order, seventh, or in this order, number 1. That is Prakruta, this is Vyakruta. Eighth one to come out. Tiryaks. Tiryaks means animals, birds, etc. I don't know whether you have the patience to listen. There are 28 varieties of animals. See how beautifully Bhagavatam gives. I'll try to be as fast as I can. What are the 28 varieties among the animals, birds, etc.? Where the hoof is there, broken into 2. Like the cows, the goats, the hoof is there split into 2. Now, the next variety, donkeys, horses, etc., where the hoof is not broken into two, is a single piece. If you look at the horse or a donkey, its hoof is a single piece. If you look at the hoof of a cow or a goat, the hoof is there split into two parts. The third one, dogs, etc. They have, just like us, their feet has 5 nails. Then there are some called birds, these birds, which can fly in the sea. Like that, they are classified into 28 varieties. Pashu, Pakshya, these Tiryaks. Vertebral column, vertical for us, Tiryak means horizontal. Number 9 to be created are the human beings. 9 to be created are the human beings. And unfortunately, we are there in Rajoguna. Essential, this thing is Rajoguna Pradhanam. Now, in addition to this, Devatas, Pitrus, Asuras, Gandharvas, Apsaras, Yakshas, Rakshasas, Siddhas, Charanas, Vidyadharas, Bhutas, Pretas, Pishachas, Kinnaras, Kimpurushas, and Kimpurush, horse faces. Not only Hayagriva, there are big there. They are called Kinnaras and Kimpurushas, Ashwamukhas. That is how the Deva Srishti is 8 varieties. Deva Srishti is 8 varieties. Having heard all about this Srishti, Kramam, etc., then came the question, how did Bhagavan's manifestations start? Bhagavan Srimad Narayana has 5 forms, very popularly known. Para, Vyuha, Vibhava, Archa, Antaryami. Para, Vyuha, Vibhava, Archa, Antaryami. Bhagavan Srimad Narayana in Srivaikuntham is called Paravasudeva. Bhagavat Shabdam itself means Shadgunya Paripurnatvam. Jnana, Kriya, Bala, Aishwarya, Jnana, Shakti. Jnana, Bala, Aishwarya, Virya, Shakti, Teja. Jnana, Bala, Aishwarya, Virya, Shakti, Teja. Shadgunas. Shadgunya Paripurnatvam. Paripurnatvam. Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. The Shadgunya should be in Paripurna, then only he is Bhagavan. What is Paripurna? Your bank balance is $4,000. You go to the bank, you write a check, you withdraw $4,000. Balance is 0. 4,000 minus 4,000 equal to 0. That's not Purnam. What is Purnam? 4,000 minus 4,000 equal to 4,000. That is Purnam. Bhagavan, even though he blesses millions of devotees with millions of things, still he is Paripurna. He is never empty. That is Paravasudeva. Shadgunya Paripurna. The same Bhagavan Srimad Narayana, also called Paravasudeva in Vaikuntham, manifests in 4 forms called the Vyuha. The Vyuha forms are again Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha Tattvas. Even though Paravasudeva is the same as Vasudeva, in the Vasudeva Vibhava form, Vasudeva Vyuha form, Bhagavan keeps all 6 qualities with him. Vasudeva. Sankarshana, only first 2 qualities, Jnana and Bala. Aishwarya and Virya, Pradyumna. Shakti and Teja, Aniruddha, the four Vyuha forms. Then comes the Vibhava forms, Nrsimha, Rama, Krishna, avatars, Vibhavas. Archa, in Orthodox temples, where according to the Vedic way, the Pratishta is done, the deities that are there properly installed in the Vedic way, and afterwards the worship done completely in the Vedic way. Archa Murtis. They are also definitely the representation of Bhagavan. Antaryami. Antaryami as a super soul in each and every living entity. These are the five forms. So the question is, how did the Vibhavas came? Para, Vyuha, Vibhava, the different incarnations. We are familiar with Dashavataras. Dashavataras are very briefly given because more than 10 we may not be able to remember. Bhagavatam gives at least 26 incarnations, briefly. But according to Bhagavatam, billions of incarnations, billion, B for billion, billions of incarnations. But we have no history of all of them. What little we have, only we are able to understand, like Rama, Krishna, etc. Now, as far as the incarnations are concerned, from the Nabhi Kamalam of Srimad Narayana, Brahma, there was a lotus, and from the lotus, Brahma came. For a long time, this Brahma did not know what to do. Everywhere around, he can only see the lotus flower and at the most the water in the ocean. That's all, nothing other than that. Nobody around, nobody to talk to. For a long time, Brahma was contemplating, who am I, who am I, who am I, what am I to do? Could not understand. He could see the lotus flower. Became a small and went to that lotus stem. Kept on going for so long, but could not bottom of it. Came back again. Came back again. That is when he heard the sound tapa, tapa, tapa. The water splashing on the lotus leaf, producing the sound tapa, tapa. Brahmadeva thought, is somebody asking me to do meditation? Tapa means meditation. What all he knows? He doesn't know any mantras or Bhagavan or anything. He's only meditation. Who am I? Who created me? What am I supposed to do? Finally, Bhagavan Srimad Narayana gave his Sakshatkaram and gave the Vedas and asked the Brahma to keep them safe and start creation. So the people who started, when Brahma started creating, he created the four Kumaras. Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanatana, Sanatsujata. The minute they are born, they did not want to get entangled in the samsara. They did not want to get entangled in samsara. Even though Brahma created them, they didn't want to. They directly went to Vaikuntham. They accepted the form of 5-year-old boys. Digambaras. No clothes on the body, just 5-year-old boys. Looking at them, Jaya and Vijaya, the two Dwarapalakas, objected for their entry into Vaikuntham. Immediately, the four Kumaras got annoyed and said, your kind of mentality doesn't go well with the Vaikuntha's characteristics. You better go to the Bhuloka and go through the 3 worst qualities that people can have. Kama, Krodha, Lobhas. Even though we have 6 bad qualities, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, they say Moha, Mada, Matsarya, at least we can mend. First, Kama, Krodha, and Lobha, extremely difficult to mend. Kama, the desire for so much of sense gratification. Krodha, anger. Lobha, greediness. So, they cursed the Jaya Vijayas, the two Dwarapalakas. Srimad Narayana himself came out, asked for forgiveness. The servant's fault reflects on the master. If they are not courteous to you, they certainly deserve punishment. They deserve punishment. Srimad Narayana gave them a wonderful opportunity to take birth on the planet Earth because of the curse of the four Kumaras. They have to take birth. Now, here comes the other side of Srishti. Brahmadeva first created a few people called Prajapatis. That is after the four Kumaras. And when the four Kumaras did not listen to Brahma, did not start giving bodies to the Jivatmas and went to Vaikuntham, Brahma was extremely angry. My firstborn are not even listening to me. Problem, my firstborn are not listening to me. What he did? He was extremely angry. In that angry mood, from the center of the eyebrows came Rudra. And Rudra was asked to do the creation. And Rudra's creation happened to be Bhutas and other Ganas who are devouring the universe, not helping a harmonious growth in the universe. Brahma asked Rudra to go for meditation. And then started creating the Prajapatis. Atri, Pulasya, Pulaha, Marichi. Marichi had a son Kashyapa. Another Prajapati, Daksha, had some daughters. Quite a few of them were given in marriage to Kashyapa. Kashyapa Prajapati had all the Devatas as his children through his wife Aditi. Now comes the episode of Diti. Diti, the daughter of a Prajapati Daksha, the wife of another great Mahatma, Brahmarshi Kashyapa. Unfortunately, was there completely stuck with great desire to have children. Yes, Santana Prapti is permitted in our religion, but not the union of a man or a woman at an inappropriate time. If the children are not listening to the parents, please never blame the children. The children are very good kids. Their stubbornness or their arrogance is because that child was conceived at an inappropriate time. If a child is conceived at an inappropriate time, that may lead to very bad consequences. Same thing happened here. Diti wanted to have children, wanted to have union with her husband Kashyapa. Kashyapa said, this is a forbidden time. The forbidden time for union of a man and a woman is the Sandhya time, evening Sandhya time, where Rudra on his Vrishabhavahana is there supervising all the universes. This is the time where everybody is supposed to be offering the evening prayers. Are they offering the prayers? Are they sleeping? Are they doing any forbidden things? So, Shankara and his Nandivahana was going around. Kashyapa Maharshi told Diti, most inappropriate time to have children. Not only that, you have your own sister Sati. That Sati Devi married Shankara. Shankara by relationship is a brother-in-law to you. Are you not ashamed that your brother-in-law is there going around the world, trying to punish the people who are not following dharma? But Diti won't accept Kashyapa's words. Kashyapa Maharshi thought, Vidhi Baliyam, the way nature works, change it. It's all programmed by the Supreme Lord Srimad Narayana. He could not say anything to his wife. And at the inappropriate time, Diti conceived. And afterwards, Diti felt very, very bad about her behavior. In spite of her husband not encouraging to have children at that time, in spite of Diti knowing it is forbidden time, in spite of knowing going on the Vrishabhavahan trying to punish the people who are having family time at the sunset time, she felt very bad about her own behavior. Asked for forgiveness from her husband, and Kashyapa said, what all can happen has already happened. You will give birth to 2 sons, you will be unimaginable Rakshasas. Diti was afraid. If they become unimaginable demons, they may offend pure Bhagavatas. And if a Bhagavata is hurt, the consequences can be very, very dangerous. So Diti prayed for a long time and did not deliver even the babies. And finally requested her husband Kashyapa, if my children are going to become Rakshasas, fine, give me a blessing that they will die only in the hands of the Supreme Lord Srimad Narayana. Diti was after her 2 sons who are 100% sure to become demons. So she did not deliver the babies for a long time. Guess what? 100 years. The children are growing so big inside the womb. The mother is feeling very, very difficult even to get up, to eat, to sleep. Kashyapa Maharshi took pity on Diti and told her, how long you will spend keeping the in your stomach, in your womb? Give birth to them. Yes, your sons are going to be demons, but be happy. A grandson of yours will become a greatest of the greatest Bhagavatottama. So, Hiranyakashipu's son Prahlada will be the great Bhagavatottama. At least for the sake of the Bhagavatottama Prahlada, for your grandson, you must give birth to your sons. That is how after 100 years, Diti has given birth. Hiranyakashipu is the first one, Hiranyaksha is the second one. Hiranyakashipu is the first one, Hiranyaksha is next. Hiranyakashipu got all the boons from Brahma. Great tapasya. We will come to Hiranyakashipu later when we do the Prahlada Charitra, but here, Varahavatara Varnana. Hiranyaksha became so arrogant, went round even to fight with everyone. And in the fight, he used to defeat everyone. One day, Hiranyaksha went even to Varuna. He went there to the city of Varuna called Vibhavari. Some people say Sangeeta Vibhavari. Means an unimaginable amount of music. But literally, Vibhavari is the city of Varuna, the god of the waters. Hiranyaksha wanted to have a fight. Bhagavan, Srihari arranged it in such a way that Varuna said, I'm not capable of fighting with you. But you don't worry, that Srimad Narayana will definitely come and fight with you. Now, from Narada, Hiranyaksha heard that Bhagavan may be there in Rasatalam. And he went there to Rasatalam. At that time, Bhagavan assumed the form of Yajna Varaha. Hiranyaksha was thinking, this is Varaha, a boar, a pig. This should be there, a wild boar in the forest. Why is it in Rasatalam? Why is it in the waters? At that point of time, Bhagavan Srimad Narayana, as Varaha Rupa, wanted to have a fight with Hiranyaksha. Hiranyaksha was literally hurling all abuses at Bhagavan. Now comes the fight between Bhagavan and Hiranyaksha. Each of them started fighting with their gadas. Bhagavan is enjoying the fun. Both of them started using the gadas. When Bhagavan started using the Kaumodaki, for a long time, Narayana enjoyed playing with his own gatekeeper, one of the two, Jeer and Jeer. So what we understand after the Gada Yuddham, Brahmadeva came and told Srimad Narayana, Prabhu, evening time is approaching. Evening Saptarshi Mandala time is very auspicious to the demons, but not to the devatas. So Swamy, don't wait for the evening time. Just kill Hiranyaksha. Bhagavan wanted to use the Sudarshana Chakram, then skipped that idea because this poor fellow was once upon a time the Dwarapalaka of Lord Vishnu. So Bhagavan wanted to play with Hiranyaksha for some time. So he did not do the Chakra Prayogam. Bhagavan challenged Hiranyaksha. Hiranyaksha took a Trishulam and started fighting with Varahaswamy. Varahaswamy cut off the Trishulam of Hiranyaksha with his Sudarshan Chakra. Then comes Yajnavarahaswamy is also surprised. Why this man is not coming out? What we know, when the fighting went on and on and on between Hiranyaksha and Varahaswamy, Bhagavan, instead of using the Sudarshana Chakra out of compassion, poor fellow, he was my gatekeeper, he was my attendant, he was my Shraddha for such a long time. Bhagavan has just hit Hiranyaksha on his temples over here. And when Hiranyaksha was hit, that is enough, one stroke, was just reeling and reeling and reeling and fell down. And that Adi Varaha Murti, for whatever reason, the Dashavasaras we are thinking, Matsya Kurma Varahascha Narasimhascha Vamanaha, Ramo Ramascha Ramascha Krishno Kalki Evacha. Even though we say Varahavatam, many scholars agree is the first and the foremost avataram. Otherwise, imagine Kurma, then Varaha, then Narasimha. Why Adi Varaha could be the first one? Look at this. After Varaha, Nrsimha Avataram. Nrsimha Avataram to protect Prahlada. Prahlada's son, Virochana. Virochana's son, Balichakravarti. Balichakravarti was there taking part on behalf of the Rakshasas. Balichakravarti was part of the churning process in Kshirasagara Madhanam. So in Kshirasagara Madhanam, what is it that we understand? First Varahavataram, then Nrsimhavataram. So in Nrsimhavataram time Prahlada's son Virochana, Virochana's son Balichakravarti. Balichakravarti was there churning, holding the rope Vasuki on one side. At that time, as the Mandhara mountain was sinking, Bhagavan appeared as a Kurma. So Kurma should be after Varaha. Many wonderful things came out of the ocean of milk. And that time, Bhagavan also took Kurma Avatara. Then when Bhagavan appeared as Dhanvantari, gave Amritakarsham to Indra, Rakshasas, until they got Amritam, they are friends in churning, partners. But once Amritam came, they have beaten up the Devatas and took away. Immediately, Bhagavan took Mohini Avataram, fooled all the Rakshasas and gave Amritam to the Devatas. How many incarnations during that time? Beyond our, imagination. So, it should be Adi Varaha, then Nrsimha, Adi Varaha, then Nrsimha, then Kurma Avatara, then Balichakravarti, so Vamana Avatara. But sometimes we don't follow that order for various reasons. We'll come to that sometime when we have more time, when we have the luxury of a lot of time. So, Brahma, the Devatas were there. Appreciating the greatness of Hiranyaksha, that who will have this kind of fortune, having a death in the hands of Lord Sriman Narayana. Yam yogino yoga samadhina raho, dhyayanti lingadasato mumukshaya, tasyesha daitya rushabha, padahato mukham, prapamsyasti anumut sasarnaha. What kind of bhagyam this person had? Kshitau shayanam tamakuntha varchasam karana damsham paridashta dachadam ajadayo viksha shashamsuragataha aho imam ko nu labheti samstitam. So Brahma the Devatas were praising Hiranyaksha. After Adi Varaha, having established his superiority. Just going back a little bit back to the same Srishti Kramam, Srimad Bhagavatam very clearly says, the other day we told you in the beginning, Bhakti Devi had two sons, Jnana and Vairagya. Both Jnana and Vairagya were there looking like old people compared to Bhakti, even though Jnana and Vairagya are Bhakti Devi's children. Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yogaha Samahitaha Sadhri Chinena Vairagyam Jnanam Cha Janayishyati. Only when we have that absolute devotion, Pativrata Bhakti, to Vasudeva as Bhagavan, the Supreme Lord. Through that bhakti only we can get jnana and vairagya. If not, where there is no vairagyam, that's not sannyasam. Vairagyam, dhaneshana, dareshana, putreshana, one should overcome. Pativrata bhakti, jnana and vairagya will come. That's why Mahatma Desika is called Ramanujadaya Patram Jnana Vairagya Bhushanam. Both Jnanam and Vairagyam are the offshoots of bhakti. Now going back to Brahma, from Brahma, Shankara, afterwards Prajapatis, afterwards Manu, Swayambhuva Manu, after that Daksha, then Brahma Manasa Putras, Sanaka, Brahma Manasa Putras, afterwards Marichi, Atri, Angarasa, Pulasya, Pulaha, Kratu, Bhrugu, Vasishta. Then of course Narada also, Brahma Manasa Putra. Narada also is Brahma Manasa Putra. Now, when a fetus is there growing in the womb of a mother, we cannot see the fetus growing inside. That doesn't mean the body is not forming inside the womb of a mother. A beautiful example is given in Bhagavatam. Garbhe balyepi apaushkulya dekadashavidham tada lingam na drishyate yunaha kukvam chandramaso yadha. You know Amavasya day. Amavasya means, Malini, what is Amavasya, ma? Vasudha, what is Amavasya, ma? You call it a new moon day. Actually, it is not new moon, it is no moon day. Amavasya, there is no moon. But even though it is Amavasya, if there is appearance of a moon, a slight ray, That Amavasya where a slight ray, very thin ray, microscopic, a very thin ray of moon appears. That Amavasya is called Sinivali. And that Amavasya where there is no moon seen at all is called Kuhu. Even though it is Amavasya, moon is not seen, but still moon is there. The Garbhastha Shishu is not seen, but is growing inside. For someone who wants to attain salvation, the most important thing is to indulge in Hari Bhakti. If not, Sharanagati. Now here comes the great episode after the creation was given about a Bhagavata known as Dhruva. The Dhruva Charitra is a very, very interesting one. And the Tapascharya of Dhruva is equally interesting. As far as Dhruva Charitra is concerned, even though Brahma started creating, the Brahma Manasa Putras, Sanaka, etc., the four Kumaras, Narada, Ru, Hamsa, Aruni, Yati, they remained only as brahmacharis. They did not enter Grihasthashrama. Then Brahma got a son by name Adharmu. Adharmu married a girl by name Mrusha. For them, got the son Dambha. And they got a daughter Maya. A demon by name Nirruti took both of them, Dambha and Maya. Now, even though we know Adharma married Mrusha and got Dambha and Maya, from Dambha and Maya came Lobha. Lobha, greediness, a son by name Lobha. Nikruti means cheating. For Nikruti and Lobha, Krodha and Himsa appeared. Now, for Krodha and Himsa, the Kali Purusha and his sister Durukti means rough way of talking, hurting others, are born. And from Durukti, we have fear, we have death, and from them Yatana and Niraya have appeared. Now comes from Srimad Narayana, Brahma is born. From Brahma's Amsha, a Manu by name Swayambhuva appeared. Swayambhuva. And Swayambhuva married Shatarupa. Swayambhuva, Shatarupa, see how close they are to Lord Srimad Narayana. Swayambhuva, Shatarupa, how close they are. From Srimad Narayana, Brahma, from Brahma, Swayambhu, Swayambhuva married Shatarupa, and they two sons, Priyavrata and Uttana. Uttanapada married Suniti and Suruchi. Uttanapada married Suniti and Suruchi. Uttanapada's first wife is Suniti. Suniti's son is Dhruva. Very direct relationship to Brahma. From Brahma, Swayambhava Manu and his wife Shatarupa, Priyavrata and Uttanapada. Uttanapada's first wife Suniti, their son is Dhruva. Uttanapada's second wife is Suruchi, and Suruchi's son is Uttama. It so happened, one day Uttama was there sitting in the lap of his father Uttanapada. Same time, Dhruva also came. Uttanapada's first wife Suniti's son Dhruva. Young boy of 5 years. Dhruva also wanted to sit in the lap of his father Uttanapada. Uttanapada was a little bit attached to his second wife Suruchi. And in front of Suruchi, Uttanapada was hesitant even to accept Dhruva. When Suruchi saw that Dhruva wanted to sit in the lap of his father Uttanapada, she got wild. She told directly to the 5-year-old boy Dhruva, Dhruva, you may be the son of your father, yes, Uttanapada. But you are not man. Since the king is there so much attached to me, you have no qualification to sit in the lap of your father. Only my son, Uttama, will sit. You are born as the son of Suniti, my co-wife. That is your problem. If you want to sit in the lap of your father, Uttanapada, you better be born as my son. If you want to know how you want to be born as my son, oh, very simple. Go and worship that Supreme Lord Srimad Narayana. Tapasa arajya purusham tasyaiva anugrahena me garbhetum sadhayatmanam yadichasi nrupasanam. Dhruva, you wanted to sit in my lap. Sorry, you wanted to sit in the lap of your father, Uttanapada. No way, my son alone can sit. You are not fortunate to be born as my son, but you are unfortunate to be born as the son of my co-wife, Suniti. If you want to sit in the lap of your father, go and worship Srimad Narayana, do tapasya, and ask him to make you born as my son. Then you can think of. Dhruva was extremely hurt. Kshatram, Kshatriya Vamsham, cannot take insult. Came to Suniti. Suniti gave a beautiful advice after listening to the whole episode from Dhruva. Guess what Suniti says? Ma amangalam tata pareshu mamstaha bhunte jano yat para dukkha dastat. Srimad Bhagavatam says, if you create trouble to someone, a day will come when you have to pay a heavy price for the trouble you created to others, and you yourself will face with a much bigger trouble. Very wonderfully it says, Mamangalam tata pareshu mamstaha bhunte jano yat paradukka dastat. That's what Krishna says. Yasman no dvichate loko lokan no dvichate chayaha. You be a pain to others. Let not others be a pain to you. That is the intelligent way of living. Suniti confirmed, my dear son Dhruva, what your aunt Suruchi told is correct. There is nothing impossible if you surrender to that Supreme Lord Sriman Narayana. Even though your father Uttanapada married me, but after marrying the most beautiful lady Suruchi, he treats me like a servant. Because he treats me like a servant, you are also not getting a place to sit in the lap of your father. Because your father treats the other wife, Suruchi, as his favorite one, her son, Uttama, could sit in the lap of your father. But remember, go and worship Sriman Narayana. There is nothing impossible if you can get the blessings of Sriman Narayana. Aradhaya adhokshaja pada padmam yadichase adhyasana muttamo yadha. Take the clue from your aunt, Suruchi. You want to be born as my son, go and pray to Sriman Narayana. Same thing, Suniti also said, go, surrender to that Sriman Narayana. Aradhaya adhokshaja pada padmam. If you have the blessings of that adhokshaja Sriman Narayana, there's nothing impossible for you. Yasyangri padmam paricharya vishwa vibhavanayatta gunabhipattehe ajodhya tishtathalu parameshyam padam jitatma shvasanabhivandyam. Now, Suniti is telling her son Dhruva, Dhruva, your father is Uttanapada. Uttanapada is the son of Swayambhava Manu. Those people who want to get out of the cycle of Janma and Mrityu must do Sharanagati to the Purushottama Sriman Narayana. Srimad Bhagavatam, verse number 22, very specifically says, Mumukshibihi Mrugya Padabja Padhatim Ananya Bhave Nijadharma Bhavite Manasyavasthapya Bhajasva Purusham. She is advising, my son Dhruva, some people to obtain the mercy of the Lord, they even approach Mahalakshmi. Whereas that Mahalakshmi is always there serving the Supreme Lord Narayana. So true Sharanagati involves first surrendering to Mahalakshmi and through her to Lord Sriman Narayana. That's it. Dhruva took the advice of his mother. I must do Sharanagati to Sriman Narayana and I must have his Sakshatkaram. So be it. I'm going. A 5-year-old boy, Dhruva, started walking into the forest. To his great fortune, Narada Maharshi happened to come by. Narada Maharshi heard, not even a 5-year-old boy. Look how much his ego is hurt. How much Dhruva's ego is hurt, even though he's a 5-year-old boy, because his father will not take him into his lap. At such a tender age of 5, feeling insulted or humiliated is rather strange. Narada discouraged Dhruva. This is not right for you. You are a small boy. You cannot do sadhana. You cannot do tapasya. Go back home. When you grow big, then you can think of Bhagavan. At that time, Dhruva did not listen to Narada. Dhruva insisted he will stay in the forest. He will do only Sri Haripada Seva. Narada was extremely pleased with the determination of Dhruva. Narada guided Dhruva to the banks of river Yamuna. To the banks of river Yamuna. Tattat gaccha bhadrante yamunaya statam shuchi punyam madhuvanam yatra sannidhyam nityadahare. Sannidhyam nityadahare. Dhruva go to Yamuna. There is a beautiful vanam. There is a beautiful vanam, Madhuvanam. In that Madhuvanam, do your tapasya. Try to learn pranayamam with the Purakam, Kumbhakam, Rechakam. I don't know, time is not helping me. I don't know, Mala, how much time you have. So many of you do pranayamam. Emma, you know how to do pranayamam? Briefly, if you had Samashrayanam, you know that Ashtakshara Mantram, or you had Upanayanam, you had Upadesham of Gayatri, use the last two fingers, little one, ring finger, close the left nostril, Rechakam, exhale all the air out of your lungs, like do it as long as you can, or repeatedly. Repeatedly exhale the air through the right nostril, closing the left nostril. Then use the thumb, close the left nostril, open the left, close the right nostril, open the left nostril. Inhale air, Purakam. Take as much air as you can, completely filling the lungs, closing the right nostril with your thumb. Inhale as much as you can, Purakam. Using the last finger and the ring finger, closing the left one, left nostril, using the thumb to close the right nostril, Kumbhakam. Keep that air in your lungs. For how long? 14 times you do Ashtakshari Rechakam, pushing out air. 7 times doing Ashtaksharam, doing Purakam. 28 times doing Ashtaksharam, Kumbhakam. You see the religious pranayamam too. The yoga classes pranayamam, that whatever you do, that's all I can say. There's a lot of difference. So Narada Maharshi taught pranayama to Dhruva in Madhuvana. Now, he was asked to take a asanam, do pranayamam, do Srimad Narayana Dhyanam. And Narada Maharshi did the Upadesham of the Dwadashakshara Mantram, which people should not do without a proper Upadesham. The Dwadasha Akshara Mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. That is the Dwadashakshara Mantram. Only 3 mantras are called the Vyapaka mantras. Other people may say so many mantras. They're all there, Like if you are a student of chemistry, simple chemistry equations can be there in the 10th grade, at college level, at PhD level also. Same way, only mantras people may consider mantras at various levels, depending on where they are and what type of acharya they have. According to the Vedas, only 3 mantras are called the Vyapaka mantras. The Shadakshara mantra, Om Vishnave Namaha. The Ashtakshara mantra, Om Namo Narayanaya. The Dwadashakshara mantra, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And remember, according to the orthodox school of thought, people without Yajnopavitam, those people who do not do their Gayatri Japam every day regularly after the Upanayanam, they should not even chant Om. Then how will they get moksham? Krishna said, Striyo Vaishya Stadha Shudras Tepiyati Parangatim. The same Krishna who has given Pranavaha Sarvavedeshu also says Aksharana Makarosmi. Orthodox acharyas will do Upadesham. For people with Yajnopavitam, those who do Sandhya Vandanam every day and Gayatri Japam, they get the mantram Ashtaksharam as Om Namo Narayanaya. The other people, ladies and others without Yajnopavitam, they must get moksham. They should get the mantropadesham, but not with pranavam, not as Om Namo Narayanaya. Because people without Yajnapavitam should not even chant pranavam, Om. Then how will they get moksham? Their mantra is given by Bhagavan by the Maharshis as Am Namo Narayanaya. See how many differences are there. That's why they say, you may be able to get a degree, MA Mathematics, MA Political Science, MA History by correspondence course. But MBBS you cannot do by correspondence course. You must go to a college. And your education is not complete, you won't get your degree until you do some residency program. Literally be an assistant to a senior and learn, copy, see and learn. So that's why Krishna says, Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninaha tattvadarshinaha. Don't download the mantras from the computer. It will not give you any benefit. Don't take the mantras directly from a book or write down with a pen and a paper. No, neither the computer, nor your laptop, nor your iPhone, nor your book can give you the Upadesham. The person who is doing the Upadesham should have done Akshara Lakshas. Of the 3 mantras, Shadakshara Vishnu mantra, Ashtakshara mantra of Narayana, Dwadashakshara mantra of Vasudeva, even though all 3 are the same, still Ashtaksharam, the middle one, is considered as the greatest of the greatest one. Only through Upadesham. Narada Maharshi did Upadesham of Dwadashakshara mantra to Dhruva. And he said at least 7 nights non-stop you should chant. Narada gave some other mantra, Guhya mantra. It's called Guhya mantra. And said if you do for 7 nights, you will have the Sakshatkaram of Siddhas. Then Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Dwadashakshara mantram. Dhruva got the mantropadesham, got the Archa Murti either with Shila or wood or Mrut, became a Mitabhashi, left all Indriya Sambandhas, started Dwadashakshara mantra upasana. Now comes the unimaginable tapasya of Dhruva. Samahitaha paryacharat drushya deshena purusham. Triratrante kapitha badarashanaha. Dhruva went to Madhuvanam, had his ritualistic bath in Yamuna Nadi. The whole night did Upavasam. Then, according to Narada's Upadesham, started worshipping, started doing the tapasya of the Dvadashakshara mantra. Non-stop tapasya for 3 days. Once in 3 days, he will break his chanting. Once in 3 days. And for keeping up the body, he used to take Kapitha Badarash. Kapitham, what shall I say? In Telugu, it is called Velaga Pandu. Tamil la enna kapithathukku outside shell bola irukum. Inside there will be a pulp. If it is raw, it will be very, very difficult to eat. But when ripe, it will be very tasty.
Swamiji, wood apple antar, Swamiji.
Okay, you call it wood apple? Okay, fine. Wood apple. So that wood apple and badari. Badari means, in Telugu, they called regu palam, regu pallu. I think Tamil eranda palam, right? Badari. So in the forest, what he can gather, like some wood apple or some berries from a bushy thorn tree. He used to eat only once in 3 days. 3 days of non-stop japam, and then break the japam and eat something. 1 month he did tapasya like that. 1 month. 1 month breaking the tapasya meditation once in 3 days, taking only some fruits and berries. The second month, he increased his niyamam and nishta. Once in 6 days only he used to break his meditation. Non-stop, no food, no water, nothing. 6 days of japam, and after 6 days he used to break it. This time no fruits. He used to take only some grains and some leaves. Only some grains and leaves he used to take once in 6 days. And continued the japam for the second month. Now comes the third month. Once in 9 days, he used to break his japam. 9 days of non-stop meditation, 9 days. Once in 9 days, he will break it and will take only water. Once in 9 days, break the meditation only to take water and continue. That is how he did the tapasya for the third month. Now the fourth month, once in 12 days, he used to break. Once in 12 days, he used to break his meditation. No water even this time. Slowly, he used to breathe, living only by air. That is the fourth month, breaking his meditation once in 12 days and just living by air. The fifth month, not even breathing, complete pranayamam, standing on one foot, doing his meditation. When Dhruva, a 5-year-old boy, was standing on one foot, you put your pressure on the foot. The pressure on his foot was such, the tapasya, Bhudevi, felt the 5-year-old boy Dhruva was exerting so much pressure on her, just with his toes pressing on the ground. that Bhudevi is slightly tilted to one side. That is the power of meditation. Now you know how our people chanting for 10 minutes, right? Vasudha, what is the next step? Coffee break. Chanting for half an hour, oh, tea break. Chanting for 1 hour, snack place. Look at Dhruva, all alone in a forest. First 1 month, break the meditation once in 3 days. Take only some fruits and berries. Second month, break your meditation only once in 6 days and eat some grains and leaves. Third month, break your meditation once in 9 days and take only some water. Fourth month, break your meditation once in 12 days. Do pranayam and completely stop even taking air. Bhagavan Srimad Narayana appears before Dhruva, came on Garuda Vahana. Sahasra Shirshapi Tato Garutmata Madhurvanam Bhrutya Didrukshaya Gataha. Bhagavan Srihari appeared on Garuda Vahana right in front of Dhruva. Somebody is nicely showing the slides according to the context. Bhagavan Srihari appeared as Garuda on Garuda Vahana, came to that Madhuvana and appeared before Dhruva. Dhruva was there in such a great shock. Words are not coming out of his mouth. He did not even know what to talk. He did not even know how to glorify. Usually, if you see Bhagavan, what do you say? Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Dhruva did not even get any words. He was just stunned. He could not believe that a 5-year-old boy with just 5 months of tapasya can have Bhagavat Sakshatkaram. Just a 5-year-old boy with 5 days of tapasya could see Bhagavan Srimad Narayana in front of him. When he was not aware how to start, even how to praise Bhagavan, Bhagavan Srihari touched Dhruva, touched the cheeks of Dhruva with his Shankam Panchajanyam. And that's it. The Panchajanyam is like giving him divine knowledge. Dhruva started praying in the most wonderful way. Ya nirvrutti stanubhrutam tavapada padma jhanat bhavat janakadha shravanena vasyat sa brahmani swa mahimanyapi nadhamabhut kim tvantakasi lulitat patatam vimanat. Hey Krishna, hey Srimad Narayana, those Mahatmas who meditate on your lotus feet, those Mahatmas who listen to the glories of your devotees, they enjoy Brahmanubhavam. Nowhere you can get that kind of Brahmanubhavam. Even though people do some punya karma, go to Swargalokam and enjoy the Swargalokam, enjoying having always a ride in a plane, still once their punya karma comes to zero, they will be kicked out of the Swargalokam. They will take birth again. Kshine punye marchalokam vishanti. Ye tvabjanabha bhavadiya padaravinda saugandya lubdha hridayeshu kruta prasangaha. He gives a beautiful example here. What is the proof that you are there in the positive direction? Emma, How do you know a person is there in the positive direction? Dhruva is giving an example. Dhruva says, if you develop attachment to Bhagavan, your attachment to samsaram should diminish. You are there in the center. This side 50 centimeters, that side 50 centimeters. Right side spiritual life, left side material life. When you are there in the center, you don't know which way you are going. Even if you take one positive step towards your spiritual life, your distance to travel is only 49 centimeters, but your distance from the material life is 51. When you are in the center, there is no difference. 50 minus 50 equals 0. But even if you take one step towards spiritual life, that should reflect 2 steps away from your material life. You got the proof, Amma? When you are there in the center, 50-50, no difference. Take one positive step. Those steps remaining are 49, but you are 51 steps away from material life. The difference is clearly seen, 2 steps. Take one more step. You have taken 2 steps towards spiritual life. The distance to be covered is only 48 units, but you are 52 units away from the material life. The distance is, the difference is very, very clearly seen. If you take one step, 2 steps will be the difference between material and spiritual lives. If you take 2 steps towards spiritual life, the difference is 4 steps. So the proof that you are following proper spiritual life is proportionate to the number of steps you are taking towards religious life. Double that number you should be away from material life. That is the proof, according to Dhruva. Bhagavan Srihari was so pleased. Now, Dhruva gives here the definition of Vatsa, Bhagavan's Vatsalyam. Apyeva Maria Bhagavan Paripati Dinan, Vashreva Vatsakam Anugraha Katarosyan. Hey Paramapurusha Sriman Narayana. Just as a cow is there so affectionate to its calf and feeds it, you also are taking care of me like a mother cow. Vatsalyam. Bhagavan Srihari is so pleased with Dhruva. Bhagavan Sriman Narayana told him, Dhruva, I am giving you the highest of the highest place in the material world. I am offering you the Dhruva Lokam, named after you. That is Tejomayam, Shashwatam. No one else attained that Dhruva Lokam so far. From now onwards will be named after you. Just as in the good olden days, they used to extract oil from, say, peanuts. They put the peanuts and keep a huge stone and keep a round circle around that in a groove. They tie to a bull and the bull will keep on moving. So the heavy stone will be just crushing the peanuts, and then afterwards they will just take out the oil. Just as the bull is there going round and round, Sriman Narayana says, all the nakshatras, all the grahas, everyone will be there going round and round that Dhruva Nakshatram. And at the end of the day of Brahma, 12 hours of Brahma, Kalpam, at the end of the Kalpam, even though the 3 words, Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Swargaloka are out, are there, flooded, are there in tsunami. Dhruva Mandalam, nothing happens to, even at the end of the Kalpa. So even during the Kalpam, Dharma, Agni, Kashyapa, Shukra, Saptarshis, they will be there doing around the Dhruva Nakshatram. Uttanapada, your father, he will give you the kingdom, don't worry. Go. Dhruva, you will become a Jitendriya. You will rule the Bhuloka for 6,000 years. Afterwards, during that time, your brother Uttama will go for hunting. He will be dead in the forest itself. And your aunt, Suruchi, your brother Uttama's mother, unable to bear the separation from her son, she too will go to the same forest where her son died. And she will be caught in a crossfire, Dava Agni, and she too will perish. Dhruva, after ruling the world for 6,000 years, having done so many yajnas, in your last minute you will think of me and you will come to me. Now, Vidura is asking Maitreya a small question. Hey Mahatma, Dhruva is such a young boy, not even 6 years old, had Bhagavan Sriman Narayana's Sakshatkaram, and within one life itself he got moksham, but still he felt he was not happy. Dhruva, why? You know what Maitreya said? When Sriman Narayana gave his Sakshatkaram and asked Dhruva, ask whatever you want, in his mind the hurt words of Suruchi were there. His mind was thinking of how to get the kingdom, how to rule. He did not ask directly for moksham. Because of that hurt feeling that is there in one corner of his mind, when Bhagavan Narayana gave his Sakshatkaram, directly asking, Prabhu, take me right this second to Vaikuntham, that thought made Bhagavan say, stay happily here for 6,000 years, rule and then come. So Dhruva's attaining moksham is delayed by 6,000 years. Dhruva was feeling extremely sorry. Therefore, all of us must learn from Dhruva. One thing, if Bhagavan asks, what do you want? Don't say, I want to become the president of America. Krishna, take me right this second to your place, to your Vaikuntham. That's all. That is how Dhruva became such a great Bhagavatottama. And I know we have to stop at 5 o'clock my time, 3 o'clock California time. I think there is hardly 20 minutes. No, 25 minutes. Go ahead, Mala, please ask some questions, Amma. I know you would have been flooded with some questions. I know we are supposed to do Bharatopakyanam, Charabharatas, but we'll continue, Ma. I don't know how I'm going to complete. Go ahead, Ma.
There's one. Why is there echo?
Yeah, Ma, Mala, no question, Ma.
Question is there, Swamiji. 1 second. Somebody asked last week, is it okay to desire for moksha?
Nothing wrong in that. Always Mahatmas did that. Yadyadacharate shreshtaha tatadevi parojanaha shayat pramanam krute lokastadanuvartate. Yes, you can desire for moksham. But pure devotees may not even ask for moksham. They will only say, Tava nitya kinkaratam prardhaye. Tava nitya kinkaratam prardhaye. Hey Krishna, give me your eternal service. That word, nityam niraparadeshu kainkaryeshu niyukshamam. Eternally, let me serve you without committing any offenses. That is, advanced devotees only pray for that. Only to serve the Lord for his satisfaction. And because you used the word nitya, eternal, this, any of the world, including Brahmaloka, Swargaloka, Rudraloka, any world is not eternal. At the end of the 100 years of Brahma, that's it. Every world is gone. Only beyond Brahmaloka, only Vaikuntham remains. But your desire, Atma never dies. Atma has no death. You wanted to do eternal service. So you must get a place which is eternal. Therefore, Narayana elevates you to Vaikuntham and gives you that opportunity to do your eternal service to the Divya Dampatis, Sri Mahalakshmi and Sriman Narayana. So, grade 1, asking for moksham. Grade 2, or the highest level, Tava Nitya Kinkaratam Prardhaye. Go ahead, ma'am. Mala, next question.
Question, Swamiji, is can we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantram daily as regular practice?
There is nothing wrong, but Hare Krishna people consider that as Mahamantram. No doubt about that. They consider. But generally, the Vedic way of followers, they go to Acharyas and get either the Shadakshara Vishnu mantra or Ashtakshara mantra of Narayana or Dwadashakshara mantra of Vasudeva. Only these three are considered as Vyapaka mantras, as Moksha Pradatas. What I heard from our Acharyas were, the people chanting Hare Krishna mantra will be following Bhakti Yoga. In Bhakti Yoga, as you keep chanting, you will come across a Mahatma who will do the Upadesham to you. Beyond that, one of the 32 Brahma Vidyas, Nyasa Vidya, Dahara Vidya, Panchagni Vidya, Nachiketa Vidya, etc. They are from the Upanishads. You should get that Upadesham of one of the Brahma Vidyas and do Upasana in Bhakti Yoga. So keep chanting. They do 16 rounds. Good. Keep doing 16 rounds. As you keep doing what our Acharya said was, they will come across a different kind of a guru who can teach them the true Bhakti Yoga of one of the 32 Brahma Vidyas. Then they will do that Upasana of the Brahma Vidya. Then they will get moksha. It can happen in one life. Chuchinam Srimatam Gehe Yoga Bhrashto Vijayate. They will take birth again in a very orthodox family or a religious family and will continue from there. There they can make progress, or getting into bad company, they can go back also a little bit. But when they come to 90% perfection level, no going back, the next birth will be Adhava Yoginameva Kule Bhavati Dhimatam Etadhi Durlabhataram Janma Loke Yadudrisham. Only at 90% of perfection in Bhakti Yoga, you will be born in the family of yogis, Maha-yogis. Then you will get moksha. So you judge for yourself in what kind of a family we are born. You are born in a religious family, orthodox family. You practiced Bhakti Yoga in the previous lives. You are there around 50% of your perfection. You are born in the family of great yogis, Maha-yogis, like great Mathadhipatis, like great Jeers, who themselves do Sharanagati to others and give moksham. They are called yogis. The greatest yoga is called Sharanagati Yogam. That's why Krishna says, Bahunam Janmanamante Jnanavan Mam Prapatyate. Yoginam api sarvesham adgate nantaratmana. The greatest yoga. That time you will get moksha. So in Bhakti Yoga, Bhakti and Sharanagati are the only two guaranteed highways for moksha. In Sharanagati, you are guaranteed moksha at the end of this life itself. In Bhakti Yoga, you will get moksha, but when, we don't know. It may happen at the end of this life, or it may take a few more births, or it may take 10 more births, we don't know. Progressively, you will know, depending on your birth in Shuchinam Srimatam Gehe, or Adhava Yoginam Eva Kule Bhavati Dhimatam. That is according to Krishna. Ma. Clear, ma?
Okay, next question, Swamiji, is when someone insults you like that in your life, what should you do? How to get over the hurt? Should we break the relationship or forgive them even though they don't change anything?
When you've been hurt like Dhruva got hurt, you mean?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Ma, this hurt, etc. Go back to Krishna. Manapa manayohu tulyaha tulyo mitrari pakshayohu. Somebody calls you a good person, Krishnarpanam. Somebody calls you an idiot, Krishnarpanam. That is true Bhakti Yoga. Read Bhakti Yoga. Lord Krishna says, Manapamanayohu tulyaha tulyo mitrari pakshayohu. Yamma, you remember that verse of mine, Bhagavad Gita? Manapamanayohu tulyaha tulyo mitrari pakshayohu. Therefore, manam, praise, criticism, they are all very, very common. They are all very, very common. Tulya ninda stutir mauni santushto yena kenachit. Tulya ninda stutir mauni. Somebody called me an idiot. Thank you, Krishnarpanam. Somebody called you are a good person. Thank you, Krishnarpanam. Go ahead, Amma. Swami, we still have 17 minutes. I'll be there exactly in 17 minutes. We'll start evening parayana. Go ahead, Mala.
Could you please elaborate with few examples how we will know that we are going in correct direction towards Bhagwan as mentioned by Dhruva?
Very simple. Tell me who is your Acharya. That's all. If you have their connection directly to Sriman Narayana through your Acharya, you are there in the right direction. If your Acharya had a good Acharya, and if your Acharya is telling you verbatim what the Vedas say, you are in the right direction. That's all. And you can see for yourself. Why do you want others to give you a certificate? You can give a certificate to yourself. You judge your own progress. Do some self-evaluation. Self-evaluation. Simple. Are your food habits clean? Are your food habits sattvic only? Is everything that goes into your mouth is fit to be offered to Krishna? And are you saying Krishnarpanam? See, you can judge for yourself. Your social habits. Tell me your friends, I'll tell you what you are. You know that. Your religious habits. Are you taking breaks in between? In between means, do your japam 2 days. Again, forget about it for a couple of days. Again, start again. No. Just as brushing your teeth, taking a shower, or eating some food have become your everyday activities. Did that mantra japam or that meditation and the mantra that you got from a proper acharya, tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshante te jnanam jnaninaha tattvadarshinaha. You are doing it. You are in the right direction, Amma. You don't need somebody's testimonial. If it is testimonial alone, you know the so-called Vaishnavas of Srirangam, Kali Yuga Vaikuntham, great Bhagavad Ramanuja was there. We are all told don't do Bhagavata Pacharan. The chief priest of Srirangam temple gave poisoned food to Ramanuja. Therefore, what do you think? He is in the right direction or wrong direction? The great Mahatma Vedanta Desika, who composed in just 96 minutes 1008 verses on the Padukas, the great Paduka Sahasram, was there offered a garland of shoes. Are they in the right? Or commanders, etc., something station officers. But in India, we heard, right? Director General of Police, after that Assistant Director, after that Superintendent of Police, after that Circle Inspector or DSP, Deputy Superintendent, Circle Inspector, Sub-Inspector, Head Constable, Police Constable. Good. In the police hierarchy, yes, it starts from Police Constable, then keep going up. Head Constable, Sub-Inspector, Circle Inspector, DSP, SP, DIG, IG. If Sriman Narayana is the IG, all the Navagrahas, Surya, Chandra, Kuja, Buddha, Guru, Shukra, Shani, Rahu, Ketu, they are there at the most at the head constable level, Amma. Head constable level, not more than that. Yes, a constable or a head constable can stop your car, check your license, etc. That's all. Nothing more than that. You remember the wonderful verse in Venkateshwara Suprabhatam. Suryendu Bhauma Budhavakpati Kavya Sauri Svarbhanuketa Divishat Parishat Pradhana Tvat Dasa Dasa Charamavadhi Dasa Dasaha. Compared to that Srinivasa of that Tirumala, Surya, Chandra, Buddha, Rahu, Ketu, Shukra, Shani, all these things, including Shani, your favorite Shani, or all our favorite Shani. They are the servant of the servant of the servant of the servant of the last servant of Narayana. That means we are forgetting about the IG or the DIG or the superintendent or the deputy superintendent or the circle inspector or the sub-inspector. We are there only worried about the head constable or a constable. If your grahas are not good, there is only one person. Even if you pray to the grahas, at the most, they may be a bit nice to you. Instead of 100% damage, they do 90% damage. Lord Krishna can wipe out all that 100% damage. He is the only one who can wipe out your karma. Aham tva sarva papebhyo. Let one Devi Devata give that kind of a daring statement. That is the boldest of the boldest statements in the entire spiritual literature. Aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami. No, no, not even one God has given. Show me in the scriptures. Did Vedavyasa say that? Did Valmiki say that? Did any of the Brahmarshis say that? Then why do you take it? Same thing. Do that Sharanagati. Your grahas, everyone, they themselves will align in a proper direction. Because Tvad Dasa Dasa Charamavadhi Dasa Dasaha. Who? Suryendu Bhauma Budhavakpati Kavya Sauri. This is what the correct thing, Amma. Got it, Amma?
Yes. The next question probably. Shall we ask for material desire to Lord Krishna if you are surrendered?
Yes, you can ask. Number one, you surrendered. Therefore, you are called Aikantika. Means a single-minded devotee. But you are Aikantika. As Krishna says, Chaturvidha bhajante mam jana sukritan arjuna arto jignas radharthi jnani cha bharatarshabha. Yes, you have sukritam. That's why you are going to Krishna. Yes, you can ask for material desires. That is at the beginning stages of your Sharanagati. You have some problem. You ask for help. You are inquisitive. You want material benefits, ardharthi. Jnani cha, you want moksham. All four varieties are there in spiritual life, even after Sharanagati, Aikantika. Now, once you cross that material benefits stage and go to the next stage, they are called Parama Aikantikas. They not only worship Narayana only or his incarnations. Aikantikas, they worship Narayana only, but they have desires also. Krishna, Krishna, I want a good car, Krishna. I want a better house, Krishna. I want 4 sons, Krishna. They will ask. I want $4 million, Krishna. They will ask. But still they stick only to Krishna. The next level, not Aikantika, Paramaikantika, they will not even ask Krishna anything. They only ask, Tava Nitya Kinkaratam Pradhaye, Nityam Nirparadeshu Kainkaryeshu Nikshomam, Paramaikantikas. So, after Sharanagati, level 1, asking for desires, material benefits. Level 2, don't even ask for it. Paramaikantikas. Go ahead, ma'am.
How to balance spirituality with ambition? If we stop having ambition, will we be able to satisfy our family duties?
Bhagavan never said desert your family. You must take care of your family. Kaya klesha bhayat chajet. Sakrutva Rajasam Chagam, he says. No. Krishna never said renounce the family because you cannot keep up with the pressures. No. You are in the Grihastha, you must take care of your family. Only after fulfilling. Now, ambition. Simple. In this life, you need a house to live. Yourself, your husband, and 2 sons. A 3-bedroom apartment is enough. You are asking for a 10-bedroom mansion. You are getting ambitious. Asking Krishna for a 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom apartment is not ambitious. Got it? Same thing, you need a car. Good. A 4-wheel drive will do. A 4-wheel Jeep is enough. No, I want only a Ferrari. I want only some other BMW, something else. Ambitious. Ambitious is not correct. Having the minimum necessities is not wrong. You need a good food. Yes. Taking sumptuous food is good. But I must eat only in a 5-star hotel. Ambitious. Not good for you. So fulfilling the basic necessities of food, clothing, and shelter is not prohibited by scripture. How do you know? Everything Krishna answered. Dharma viruddho bhuteshu kamospe bharatarshabha. If your desire is not against dharma, having that desire is not prohibited in spiritual life. Got it?
Probably 1 or 2 questions we can take. Can we chant Dvaya Mantram instead of Akshaksharam because we can't chant Akshaksharam at all the time?
You must do japam of all the 4 mantras. Ashtaksharam, Dvayam, Charama Shlokam, and Sri Mantram, Mahalakshmi Mantram. All 4 you should do as a japam at least 28 times a day, every day. But after the japam, the only mantra that you can chant in Sarvakala Sarvavastas, including when you are lying down on a bed, including when you are there in the shower, in the restroom, is Dvaya Mantram. But not doing even 28 times Ashtaksham, I will do only Dvayam, is not correct. You must do all 4 mantras and minimum 20. Hardly it takes 10 minutes in the beginning. Once you are used to, it takes only 5-6 minutes to do the 4 mantras. If you have time, you can do 108 times all 4. If you have more time, you have 6 hours, you can do all 4. Doing Ashtaksham even 28 times and say, I will do only Dvayam is not correct. After doing 28 times all 4 mantras, yes, you can do Dvayam anytime you want, including when you are wearing shoes, including the ladies when you are in your monthly cycles. The only mantram, by the way, when ladies are in monthly cycles, they should not do Ashtaksham. That time only you can do Dvayam. After the 5th day, you can do your Ashtaksham. Go ahead, Ma.
The other question here is one is how to start the process of Sharanagati. And I'll tell both the questions, Swamiji, you can answer one after the other. One is how to start the process of Sharanagati. Another one is teen rebellious behavior despite parents' good efforts. What can be done? Does this mean that they were not conceived at the right time?
There is a proverb in English, if the past sits for judgment, it only loses the future. Let us not worry whether the child is conceived at the right time or the wrong time. Happened. Don't worry about it. But you can correct it. The only way you correct is you do Sharanagati. How you do Sharanagati? Make up your mind whether you are ready to become a cat or a dog or a snake or a pig or a skunk in the next birth. Come on. What after all, we go to the temples 100 times. At the most, you might have gone to Tirupati 20 times in your lifetime. Or you might have done some pujas. You might have donated $1 million. That is nothing compared to Indra, who did 100 Ashwamedha Yagas. 100 Ashwamedha Yagas. In today's economy, to do one Ashwamedha Yagam, you need 100,000 crores of rupees. Means at least $1 billion. $1 billion you need to do one Ashwamedha Yagam. And that to become Indra, they did 100 Ashwamedha Yagas. $100 billion you have to spend. But even after doing 100 Ashwamedha yagas, Indra became a snake, a python in the next birth. Ask yourself a question. Am I willing to go through another birth? Am I willing to go through Garbha Narakam? No. Then what is the guaranteed one? Sharanagati. Which acharyas are doing? About half a dozen acharyas are doing other than Swayam acharyas. Good. Go to them. They will do. Then follow their instructions meticulously. Now, if the children are bad, you don't have to worry. You show them the best example. As I told you repeatedly, do not instruct the children in the beginning. Show by example. Your daughter comes, Mom, I am hungry. Just 1 second, I prepared the lunch. 2 seconds, I'll take it to puja room, say Krishna Arpanam, offer to Krishna and give you. Your son wants money for his pocket money. Yes, all money is there kept at the feet of Krishna. Give me 10 seconds, let me go to Krishna, get his permission, get you the money. Diwali, crackers, yes, I bought. They are kept at the feet of Krishna. Let me go to Krishna, get his permission, bring them and give you. Keep doing it every day, 100 times for anything they ask. You don't teach them. Don't teach them to pray. Did you say, did you wash your hands? Did you wash your... Don't tell them anything. You say, you show it. You know, after 6 months, your daughter will say, Mom, I'm hungry. Please offer to Krishna quickly and give me. Your son will say, Mom, I need some money. I know you will keep always at the feet of Krishna. Please, please, go to prayer room. Please beg Krishna, get me some money. He will teach you. That is why do it in example. Okay, ma? Now, if you don't mind, I had to go. We'll continue, ma. We'll continue as long as you want, any number of weeks, ma. Because of this Adhyayanosaram, we have to start the Parayanam now. If you are using that this thing, join. We'll be doing now the first 1000. And we'll continue next week also, ma, please. Next week, you can choose the time, ma. I'm not having any restriction. Next Sunday, sorry. Next Sunday also, there is evening 5 o'clock. Parayanam. Okay. So, same time we'll do, ma, okay?
Thank you, Swami.
Narayana, thank you, ma. Thank you, ma. We'll continue all your questions next.
Thank you, Dad.
Thank you so much.
Question again. Which is the best mantra for a woman who has no acharya, who wants to